Everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're going to be tying a fly called the Opal Drake. This is a little bit of a departure from your classic dry fly. It has a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of the classic Michigan elements, long tails, but it catches fish. This is one of our absolute favorite flies, fished all the way through spring into the summer. It just catches fish. Especially during any time you'll find Isonychias on the water, so longer tails, a little bit longer body. We're going to be tying this on a standard TMC 100, but if you want to use a longer dry fly hook, you certainly can. Okay, put your hook in the vise there. Start your thread. Here I'm using white 6/0. Get that tied in, trim your excess. We're going to make parachute post first with some parapost. You can also use whatever you got, whether it's polypropylene yarn or something crazy. We're going to use a whole hank here, and we're going to fold it over the thread. And I'm only going, if you divide your hook shank into thirds, I'm only going about a third back. I see a lot of folks who are getting started tying dries, they end up at about the half mark, and the fly, it just doesn't look right. So secure that in, a few wraps here and there, and then we're going to wind up the post. Always go a little bit further than you think you need to. And with this parapost, you'll find that it's actually pretty soft, so you need to support it a little bit more than with maybe polypropylene yarn. Okay, it looks pretty good. Start winding back to about the barb. We're going to tie in our tail material, which is moose body. Really good tail material. I don't see many people out west using this, but it's really popular here in Michigan. Makes great, nice long tails. Really sturdy and nice and durable. You're going to grab about between 4 and 6. And we want to measure out a little bit further than shank length. So I'm going to shoot for about 1.5 with my shank length. And one trick you can pull off here, if you really want them to splay out, is try and wind your thread right on top of itself and create a little bump. Then when you come in with your pinch wrap, apply pressure, and they'll have worked themselves out. Now, I'm going to wrap over these all the way up to the post. Try to catch that stuff in there. This just gives us a really consistent body thickness. Great, grab all those tail ends, trim them off, toss them, whatever you gotta do. This would be an ornery, there we go. For the body, we're gonna use some Mirage Tinsel. This comes in a Flashabou package or also in a spool. We have both at the Northern Angler. If you're using it in the Flashabou style, cut 2 strands, fold them in half, trim them again so that you're going to end up with 4. Try and hang on to them, they're slick. You can use 1, sure, but this just makes life go a lot faster. Capture those in with a loose wrap. Save yourself a little bit so it's easy to trim off. And carry this back. I'm going to rotate the vise just to make sure I make it as far back as I can. That parapost likes to get in my way. Great. And work your way back. Part of the reason I'm using white here is just so this opal material really shines and doesn't have any underneath coloring that's... Let's fix that guy out of the way. There we go. All right. Now grab your strands and simply start wrapping up your body. Really simple. You will be surprised. This thing catches fish. Capture these with 2 or 3 wraps on top and in front. Come in, trim your excess. Next thing you need is some dry fly hackle. You can either have a neck like this or some saddles from a Whiting 100 pack. We really like those 100 packs at the fly shop. It's just super easy and quick to size them out. They're already done for you. I like to trim up the stem here. Makes tying in really, really easy. Capture that, one in front, one behind, and then wrap it up your dry fly post, your parachute post here. Work your way back down. Save yourself a little bit so you can trim that off. Awesome. Superfine is your dubbing. We're going to use a rusty brown. Less is more, always. You can always add more. Probably sick of hearing us say that, but that's the truth. Right back. Add just a little bit more. Almost. Okay. All right, check that far side. Use that rotary feature. Check the far side with your flies, always. All right, now I mentioned earlier that this post likes to move a little bit. Try and grasp it with your left hand while you're winding hackle with your right. Okay, looks pretty good. Now we're capturing this right on the post. Rotate your vise. Trim that excess hackle piece. Save it if you have a little bit more, if you're tying some more flies. Double check, it looks good on that side too. All right, at this point, I don't know why, this is a personal preference for me, but I'll Sharpie my thread black. I just think the white stands out more than I want it to. Grab your whip finisher, tangle it up or not. Come in here and whip finish right to the post. About 3 to 5 whip finishes. Less is usually more. Brace it when you cinch it down. Really seat that knot. Trim it. Come in, trim your parapost pretty close. And that's the Opal Drake. Again, awesome, awesome fly. We cannot have enough of these at the shop or in our boxes. They catch fish consistently and very easily. So tie a few of these up, try them out. You can always play with different colors if you want, different stuff, but this is a very simple pattern that will catch you some fish. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope to see you out on the water.